Levels of listening is one of my favorite content modules to teach when we're teaching or talking about communication. And it seems a little bit counterintuitive. Why are we talking about listening when we're talking about speaking and presenting? Well, the reason is that you have to remember that communication is a two-way street, right? You're transmitting, and you're transmitting to an audience who is receiving. So if you don't understand or you're not aware of the levels of listening, you won't know how to modulate your delivery in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to be received. So the first level of listening is called downloading. Downloading is, it's not that any of these are bad. Downloading is like all of the information that's coming into your brain. You are quickly sifting and sorting and deciding whether or not you're going to pay attention to it, right? Remember, everything comes in through that reptilian brain. So downloading, you're sort of confirming what you already know. Some piece of data comes in and you say, yep, that's what I thought. Yep, that's what I thought. Yes, that's what I thought. You're ignoring everything else. We're trying to do small talk to understand what we have in common. It's kind of the first level of listening. It's pretty basic, but it's not super exciting. And you don't get a lot done in level 1 listening. Things start to get really interesting when you move to level 2 listening. So level 2 listening, imagine you have all of this data, it's coming in your brain, but other stuff comes in and it doesn't necessarily match up with your worldview, right? What you think. So you notice you're sort of disconfirming data. It's coming in and you say, that's not what I thought, but I'm still right. So I'm going to disprove that that piece of data is right. So there's not a lot of collaboration, there's not a lot of give and take. Level 3 listening is called reflective listening. And this is where I think sort of true listening or really sort of deeper listening starts to happen. Level 3 is about, I see something, that I hear something that you say, I don't agree with it, but rather than trying to prove you wrong, I get curious about it, really like intensely curious. So tell me more about that. I might not agree with you, but I want to know more. So this is where real dialogue happens, give and take. You could imagine great sort of brainstorms and building and like really creating something together. Level 4 listening is called generative listening. So it's even a step further into that generative space where there's not really a worldview or a point of view. You're just accepting what you're seeing, you're working with another person, and you're building something together. So again, this is where the very best brainstorming, if you know the term flow, this is where you get into flow with a team, you get really high performing ideas that come out of that particular level. Why is this important for communication? So if you're communicating and your audience is in level 1, it's literally like you're talking and the stuff's just bouncing off of them. You're not really connecting. If they're in level 2, they're dismissing what you're saying and they're sort of turning off the things that they disagree with, or they're going to try to convince you that you're wrong. You really need to get your audience to level 3. Level 3 is where the magic happens. And the 3 magic words are tell me more. It doesn't matter if you've got a person in level 2 and you can say, well, look, I can't get her out of level 2, or she's always in level 2. If you move to level 3, you'll pull her down with you, pull her into level 3. You'll start to have some dialogue and you'll see that the relationship, the conversation, the team really transforms. So that's what I love about listening. That's why listening is so important to communication. And it's why I love teaching levels of listening.